Into the Utilization tab. Again, we have 4 functions. So what we're looking at is hours utilization. And again, I'm looking at 279 machines for this date range. And what this is telling us is that for that date range and these machines, we've run a total of 21,896 hours for that entire fleet. Now the different colors, you've got working time in green, you've got idle time in orange, and if it's not capable of reporting idle time, then you get the blue number. So again, this is looking at your entire fleet. And this is, by day, or you can go to week or by month. Now, if you want to look at individual machines, you would click on the Asset Comparison button. Now we have a list of each machine. Again, we can export all this into Excel, but it tells us the idle time, working time, and the total run time, and then our performance, our efficiency. And then the graph down here, each one of these bars represents a single machine, so you can have a pretty good view, quick view of which ones may have excessive idle time. And then in the case of this blue bar right here, it's not capable of reporting idle time. If you click on any one of these bars, then we're looking at the specific utilization for that machine. This is by day, by week, and by month. Working, idling. If you hover over it, it'll give you more detail. The Fuel Utilization tab is very similar. So now we're talking about actual fuel burned. Now we're looking at the entire fleet, 279 machines for this date range. And again, we have idle fuel and working fuel. And then if it's not capable of reporting idle fuel, then we're getting total fuel. Asset Comparison, again, gives you a list of each serial number. We've got idling, working, and the running total, and then we have the burn rate in gallons per hour. And then if you click on any one of these bars down here, then it'll give you detail for that specific machine.
On the burn rate, can you set an alert that if it goes below a certain number, it alerts you?
The question is, can you set an alert to let you know if utilization drops below a certain amount? The answer is I don't think you can set up an alert for that. However, you can set up periodic reports as often as you want, daily, weekly, or monthly, which I'm going to show you how to do, and then it'll give you all that information in a report format. Asset operation. So this is just a quick snapshot of which days these machines were run on. And of course, we're looking at the entire fleet. We're looking at the month of July, and then we have these are all the days in the month. So these machines were run on these particular days. If you double click on any of these, it'll take you to the same tab. And here we can see detail on what time during the day they ran, and if you hover over it, it'll give you the exact time and date and the total duration that machine, or in this case a truck, was run. The last portion of utilization is payload. Again, this is another new function of VisionLink, and we do not have any machines right now that are utilizing this or capable of utilizing this, but this will be upcoming in the future, where you will be able to count cycles or any number of things. So just a quick review on utilization. We're able to see how equipment is being used for any given time period. We can easily identify machines that are not being utilized efficiently, and possibly, in some cases, maybe move them to another job site. We're able to see how much idle time is spent, how much idle fuel is burned. As we all know, idle time accrues non-productive hours, which could depreciate the machine faster. Over the course of a year, you may end up spending more money on services. It may cost you an extra service over the course of a year. And then fuel burn and idle fuel can be tracked easily with VisionLink. Again, we all know non-productive fuel burn, idle fuel costs a lot of money. It's pretty significant over time. Any questions about utilization?
What percent accuracy is that chart on utilization?
On this chart.
Why don't you repeat that question?
Idle time versus work time?
Oh, how accurate is the idle time versus work time?
Yes.
We've had several instances where we've been able to use actual. We've had records of actually how much fuel was put in the machine and actually compared that to what's in VisionLink. And from what we've seen, it's extremely accurate. We haven't run into very many issues where it's not accurate at all. As far as a percentage goes, I don't know that we have a percentage, but we have seen it and actually compared it to the actual fuel, and it is very, very accurate. Yeah, and all that data is coming directly from the ECMs on the machine, and in this case, the engine ECMs. Idle time is calculated after below a certain RPM. So once and it's usually about 1100 RPM. So once you get below 1100 RPM, then it's considered idle time. Did that answer your question?
Well, what if I've got a front end load in that I'm waiting to, dump on the back of the truck? It's still working.
So if the question is if a wheel loader is sitting there waiting to load a truck, is he still working or is it idle? And if the engine RPMs are below 1100 RPM, then it's considered idle time. Any other questions? All right, the last part I'm going to get into alerts, reports, and sites. I'm going to talk about sites first, site boundaries. Let me back up. So over here on my left, I've got a list of filters, and I've got several sites up for our different branch stores. So if I wanted to look at all the machines out of these 279, I wanted to look at all the machines that are currently located at Puckett Machinery in Flowood, I'd click on that, and it is going to narrow this list down to the 55 machines currently located in Flowood. And I can change this to a satellite view, and there's our shop and facility in Flowood. Again, I can do this if I wanted to click on and look at what's in Gulfport. There's the Gulfport facility. Looks like 23 machines, and it's